Come join us as we weave a tapestry and strengthen our connections. ASU Radio DBS.
Stories have been told.
Honoria vamos a que pase 2023 ça qu'est-ce qui casse years qui passe ça qui soit misère 2023 ça qu'est-ce qui casse une bouteille à quoi bah nous on surprise 2023 c'est rich qui casse Honoria vamos a que pase 2023 years qui passe ça qui soit misère
It is that time again. Lucas, we are around there. It's too bad we are taking this one early. The tensions, the marriage today. It is connecting the dots. Let me welcome you. Bonjour, bonjour, wherever you are this time. Hey, look, excitement in DA. The sun is hot. We're going to have a big program today. We decided to do it from 9 until 11 today. Good morning to you, wherever you are this time. I wonder where Nigel is. Where is Nigel Francis Esquire? Good morning, people. I just love the vibe, you know. Let me see where Nigel is this morning. Nigel, come on, well.
Hey, Mola. Come away. Yes. I decide, you know what, I take in a flight straight and I come into the studio.
Wow.
No matter what time I say studio time for me, you know what I'm saying?
Nigel, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Yes.
We're going to have a good program, and let me wish you happy independence as well. Your family is here, so we will hear from them. Boy, look, things happening there today. We have two big times. Boy, we have two big time stars, you know, on the program today, and I'm very, very honored to speak with Styler Rock and Brian Rock. We'll hear from them in a while, but you know, Nigel, we have to run our vibes and talk a little, run our mouth. As always. I did not get any fush, you know, anything today, but we'll see how it goes. Somebody might bring something.
That's the thing I don't understand, you know. Every time I'm not here, you have all those goodies and everything. This time I'm here, nobody bring anything for us. No tambourine ball.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Well, I suspect it's because we didn't have a program last week, and week before they check in something wrong.
We're not on.
Well, man, we are around. We are around, and it is a pleasure to be here.
We are here, and it's good to be live in the studio once again after such a long time. But of course, it's always good to connect and to, you know, share this with you and share this with all those who've been connecting with us.
All right. I've been hearing your voice, Nigel. Let me thank you. You have done a lot for DBS. You continue to do a lot for us. And in fact, Nigel, we're going to give you more job because there's a saying that the reward for hard work is more hard work. Right?
That's what I understand. That's the thing I hear.
So I'm hearing you're going to host a program soon, you know, Nigel? Yes, I
Well, they say more you do, more you get.
More you do, more you get. Yes.
And supposedly if you're doing it well. So I guess, you know, that's the reward that you get.
That's
and I'm ready for it.
Okay, all right. So we'll see how it goes. But how was the independence from the time you started?
Hey, listen, the independence was good from the time I came through.
Well, asking you, how was the independence? Very stupid, man. How is the independence? I mean, the independence is still on.
I know that part of it, right? But yeah, from the time I came through, it's been great, man. You know, I mean, the 3 nights of pulsating rhythms, you know, going for the 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know, which I used to do back then and everything with my brother Kurt Matthew.
Yes.
Continue to rest in peace, brother. Visited the grave last night, of course, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's been good, man. It's been good. 3 nights of pulsating rhythms, did that, and then, you know, went to a few other things here and there. Went to the youth rally yesterday, which was great. I love the new inception they put in there, man.
Good innovation.
You know, good innovation between the marching and the, you know, the entertainment part of it, if you want to put it that way. And the schools did extremely well, so happy for that. And you know, maybe, who knows, probably go down Rosalie later on for the Wato thing, you know. Yes. Sticking as much as I can, man, and bringing the family around so that they can enjoy it. And I see you have your lovely
family with you.
Yes.
Well, Nigel, you are pretty girls, we?
Pretty girls.
Well, Nigel, you're pretty
like
man.
Me. Pretty like me. Yes, they are pretty like me.
Pretty girls, man. Pretty girls. That's good. That's good. And I see Elise is here as well.
Well, of course, they get that part of it too from Elise, you know. So,
so
it's double pretty.
Yes, double pretty. Yeah, double pretty. But Nigel, yeah, it is really a pleasure for us to do this in person. And let me say from the onset, congratulations. Of course, I read the news when the news came out on Thursday morning. I read the news and, I had to listen to the clip talking about Nigel Francis going to be awarded a Meritorious Service Award. And for me, that says a lot. Because, you see, a lot of times people do so much and I'm talking about Dominica, of course, that's where I'm from, so much here. And sometimes these people, when they migrate, we tend to forget them somewhat, And the fact that you are remembered and the fact that we are doing connecting the dots and you're always on, who can forget Nigel?
Well, hopefully nobody.
Right.
But it's really nice to to give back and to be, I guess, in a sense, rewarded for what you've been doing. So, to all those who were part of the journey, thank you for that. Whether it's at the cultural division where I was, or whether it's at the grammar school where I taught, or wherever I've been, so all those who've been part of that journey, thank you for that. For allowing me to contribute to wherever I was. DBS, of course, for their part in that as well. So it's all been good, man. It's all been good. But of course, I understand. I saw a little thing that has your name for next in line kind of thing. So.
Nigel, let's move on, son.
Yes.
But very soon we're going to bring on our guest. So I'm looking at the time, Nigel. We are customers starting at 9:30, so the clock would go another way. So I'm looking at her and saying, something is wrong, man. No, we are here. Anybody's on, by the way? Anybody's on?
Yes. Carl Kofi James, good morning to you, my brother. It's nice to know you're locked in as always. Appreciate the
So he looked at the flyer
sentiments.
and he realized it's 9 o'clock. That's good.
Yes, he did. Hey, Levi Low Black, good morning to you, the man Super L. Good morning to you as well. Yes, Muriel Stewart always there.
That's good.
Muriel say Nigel forced me to come on live today. Sandra Norris, yes, good morning to you. And listen, all those that, saw me throughout the last couple of days have been saying, man, you and Ivona, I haven't seen Ivona yet, but it's so nice to have you listen every Saturday. To all of you, hey, it's a pleasure and we appreciate you connecting with us every Saturday.
So when I sent on the flyer, Nigel, the amount of messages I got and information on our guests, about a Gizi band and so many other things and, top musicians and, they should be on World Creme Music Festival next year and so many things, Nigel, information I'm getting even as we speak. So that's very good. People look at the flyer and when they realize in particular we have Dominicans who really deserve the recognition.
Yes.
They are really pleased about this. So I'm really looking forward to today's program. I heard about the two guys already and, to have them on today for us is a blessing. It is. So let's see who's on, Nigel. Is he on, the producer?
Well, let me see if the producer is on.
Is he getting a detention today?
I think he might get a detention today. He's probably going to, he's probably going to come out at 9:30 and that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
You
did not send him a flyer? I don't have him on my broadcast list.
You don't? No, I did send him the flyer. Okay. So no excuses.
Okay.
Hey, Carrie Levy, good morning to you. Of course, watching as well. Winnie Green, good morning. Jacqueline Stedman, good morning. Happy New Day. Noreen Joseph wants to say good morning and say congratulations. Thank you, Noreen. Much appreciated. You've been part of the journey as well. Who else? Jisu Laville, good morning. So, they did get the message.
Yeah.
So
Cyril Jones, Henry Pascal, Jacqueline Stedman. So a lot of people are on already. Talifa Charles, thank you, welcome. When are we going to hear from your beautiful ladies? Are they going to say something for us?
Well, I think they should say something. I think they should say hi. Hey, Renick Thomas, good morning. Let me see.
Your bell. Even if it's just for the people to see them, Nigel. You have to. Come on.
Who's coming first? Let me see. Ali? Naya, both of you coming together?
Ali and Naya.
All right, come.
Now, these girls, we see them holding your hands, so to let you go. It's like,
yes.
Wow.
Come.
So nice.
Come.
Hi, good morning.
So this is Alicia. Hi, good morning, Ali.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm good. I
know it's not your first time in Dominica, but it's nice to see your father enjoying himself, right, in his country.
It's very nice to see.
So how has the independence been going for you? How you guys been enjoying it?
It's been very fun to be back here. It was about 2 years since the last time we were here. So it's been very good to be back.
All right. Naya.
But she's the one studying, right?
Yes.
How are studies going on?
Pretty good. I'm at Florida International in Miami right now. I'm studying biology.
Okay, all right. Success in your endeavors, my dear.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Okay.
And she run away right away. Come now, come and
That
say hi
is
to
good.
Daddy. Don't worry,
I
Daddy is
saw
here.
you all in town and they holding on to you. It's like, wow, that was
Yes,
so
yes.
nice. Hi. Tell us who you are. Tell us your name.
Hello, Francis.
How you doing? You okay? It's
That's
a shaky head. How are you? Okay?
Good.
All right, that's a better answer. How is school going?
Good.
You had to take some days from school to be here, right?
Yes.
Okay, you enjoying yourself?
I am.
Yeah?
Nice.
You had the rally yesterday, right? The youth rally. You
Yes.
enjoy that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there's one thing Ali didn't say, and I know she wants to come back to say it because she saw one of her favorite artists performing yesterday.
Come and tell us
So
about that
come and-
experience, girl.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. So now you're missing your friends at school?
No.
No.
Hey. She's here for mom and dad. That's okay.
I know. So Ali, yes, one of Ali's favorite artists performed yesterday.
Come and tell us who is that artist. Come and tell us.
Come across. Mm-hmm.
Well, yesterday at the youth rally, Carlin XP performed. I've been listening to her music for a long time, so she's really like a big idol inspiration of mine. So it was great to see her performing.
Wow. Nigel, I remember when we had Colin XP on as a guest, you spoke about your daughter just loving Colin XP, you know, and really.
She which is kind of strange. I mean strange in the sense that she has her on her playlist. So that to me, is very, it's kind of warms my heart.
Okay.
That, she have a Dominican artist, even if she
Yes,
wasn't
yes.
born here and don't live here, but,
Yes.
connected to the culture. And she also loves Mary Pascal as well. She has her on her playlist as well. So
She met them in person?
she's met Carlin. She met her in Florida.
Okay.
Carlin, where are you? Come.
Yes, well, if I had known you could
Colin-
yeah, Colin could just Cornell
And Carlin, I need Carlin because Alicia
Yes.
needs to see her, okay? And if you
Yes.
don't come, it's trouble. If not,
and maybe Mary as well.
yes,
Mary
and
always
Mary
listens,
Pascal.
yes.
Just come outside and say hi
Yes,
to her.
come and say hi. That would be nice. That would be nice.
Yes, but I mean, it's good that they're connected. I try whatever I can to make sure that they keep connected to the Dominican
That's
culture.
it, Nigel. That's it.
Because that's important to me.
It
So,
is.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is important to me. Alice is also here. Of course, Alice has been a strong point in everything.
Wow,
The foundation
tell you.
keeping it going.
Tell you.
So hey, come.
And Ellis comes from a family of love, yeah?
Today I
Come on
put
and
it. Today
spread
I put
that
it all
love,
of them
sir.
on the spot.
Yes, come Ellis. Come
Yes,
Ellis.
of course. Alice is youngster's sister.
Curtis, my
For those who don't know.
But
sorry,
Ellis
yeah,
spoiled
yeah.
Curtis. We Nigel back in the day. Come on, man.
Spoil me.
Ellis was always at the BS, dropping lunch, dropping breakfast. No, man. Come on. Hi, Ellis.
Hello.
How are you doing, my dear?
I'm good. I'm great.
Enjoying so far?
Oh yes, it's a really, really good feeling being in Dominica again. We were here 2 years ago for Curtis's wedding, but it's nice to be here for just celebrating Dominica. So it's nice to have the family around, and we've been going around visiting different sites and so on. And it's really, really a pleasure.
It's a pleasure seeing you. Always
Visit
beautiful
is
as
short,
ever.
but we are enjoying it.
Yes, always beautiful.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Pageant is high on your agenda still, girl.
Yes.
right.
She hasn't lost that part
So
of
they're
it.
sticking around with us, right?
Yeah, man. They're
So let's
sticking
pray
around.
and bring on our guests now. Let's pray. You have the prayer close?
Well,
Why we haven't said that
well,
particular?
Why we haven't said the prayer?
Okay, I got it.
You
I
got
got
it?
it,
All
yes.
right.
Okay.
Good.
Prayer for connecting the dots. Heavenly Father, creator of mankind and the universe, we thank thee for the gift of life today and all the blessings you continue to bestow on your children. We seek your presence and intervention throughout this program, and we ask that you keep us connected always. We also pray for the success of the program, its hosts, its guests, and listeners, and that they may find purpose and enjoy what they share. Bless our radio station and the nation, and may we grow to love and unite with each other, irrespective of our differences. All this we ask in your name, now and forever.
Amen. As
By the way,
always.
DBS celebrated its 53rd anniversary yesterday. Of course, the celebration continues, obviously. It's low-key because it always falls right smack, in the Independence weekend. But we are happy that we are celebrating 53.
Yes, and congratulations.
So we're going to
DBS
bring
again.
them on, we?
Yes, we're going to bring them
The
on.
big
It's going to be a
stars.
wonderful reconnection, kind of a reunion in a sense, I I won't say anything until they start, because next thing you're gonna say, boy, Nigel always know people there.
Yeah, you always know people. I hope they tell me they don't know you. Boy, Nigel, everybody know Nigel. Every time it's Nigel, it's talking about. Me as a boss used last semester. Because the amount of people that came down for the independence, and I saw a lot of them, and
Oh yes.
wow, I love connecting the dots. Boy, Nigel is just. I was like,
But they would
Say,
tell me.
Ivon, and
Yeah,
please.
I know. But
so I
when
would have to say, yeah, we have a
yes.
nice connection and all of
when
that.
I meet them, they would tell me, where's Ivon? I say,
Let's
good,
see.
all right.
All right, so let's bring another guest.
Yeah, before Norrin, what no trouble? Oh yes, Norrin. Yes, Norrin wants to know if I voted before I left. Yeah, Norrin, yes,
okay.
I voted
You
before I left because I knew I wouldn't be there on election day. So yes, I
Yeah.
voted before I left.
Okay.
Yes.
So Nigel, let's do a drum roll for our guests as we bring them on. So you beat the drum. You just use it.
Well,
Use
when you
this.
see you have musicians,
Let's bring
when
them
you have
on.
musicians and then you try and play music, that's a problem, But anyways,
Well, try something.
yes,
try something.
yes.
Side. Hey.
All
okay, let's go
right.
and bring them on. Let's bring them on.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Man, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to have you all on. It's really my pleasure to have you all
Thank
on.
you, thank
No,
you.
it's a
Thank you.
pleasure and an honor for us to be here
Yes.
because we've checked you guys out in America and Canada, and so so we've seen what you guys are doing,
Okay.
and we are very proud of that. Thank
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here as well.
Okay, so let's
Pleasure
get
to be here.
introductions and tell us who you are. Give us your name. We want all the
Okay.
BFF, by the way. We want all the story about your boyhood days, growing up and all of that, and your success now and all of that.
Well, I'm Alex Styler Rock, drummer, vocalist, songwriter, producer. Grew up in Dominica until the age of actually I started playing drums when I was 12 years old, and I turned professional when I was 16.
What?
Yeah. And
You started playing drums at the age of 12 and you turned professional at the age of 16.
at 16 years old. And it's been
But
like,
at 16 years old, what was I doing at 16?
Well,
Listening to boys in my ear,
you were not a
putting
professional.
my short skirts and things like that. See?
You was listening to fellas talking in the right
What?
ear and everything else.
16 years
Yes.
Wow.
at 16 years old, I started traveling the world at that time. And, been there, done that, and still kicking.
Still kicking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just to add, Sty has always been like drum was his thing, so he's been doing his thing for years. And
Many years.
Wow.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, myself and Rocky started playing music together at that young age too, like 12, 13 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's been,
So you all are tight,
yeah.
like brothers.
We go way back.
We go back from little, and as before I even get into it, even Nigel was my neighbor, so I know Nigel from a little boy.
Yes, sir.
And we had our band Wooden Stool right next door, so I could imagine how much noise, how much music they heard being our neighbor next door in King George.
Yeah.
Yes, right next door, King George Street, of course.
Yeah.
So it
It's a
was
good
part of
connection.
it was part of the whole process, part of the family vibes that
Yes,
we would
yes,
hear what was taking
yes.
place. I would sneak in now and then and kind of put my head through the door, see what was going on, run back, inside and so on. So I mean, that was good. That was good times.
Yeah,
Definitely
yes.
good times.
That was great times, man. That was great.
Oh yeah,
times
oh
back
yeah,
in the
oh
day.
yeah.
We
Back
were
in the
young,
day.
and we were just so hungry to play music.
Music, yeah.
I mean, money didn't matter. We just wanted to play music, and just because your love for it was humongous,
Well, any particular genre that time, or was it more kada? So
back
what was
then,
happening back then?
Back then was rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rock and roll and funk and everything
Yeah.
else. And then long after we started doing like reggae and calypso, but before that was all rock, from Jimi Hendrix to Santana to Black
Power.
Sabbath to Tower of Power. I mean,
Osibisa.
Osibisa, Mandrill, War, all those guys, And then long after we started getting into reggae and calypso, but before then it was all rock, all rock music. As a matter of fact, for those of you who may remember, Harlem Rock Festival at the Newtown Savannah was like the biggest thing in the Caribbean at that time. I mean, it was like the biggest rock festival in the Caribbean at that time, and all of us took part in it, which was like, wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
Nigel,
It's
I
great.
tell you.
Yes.
That was back in 1970,
70?
71.
Yeah, wrong there.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it was
Whoa.
in, it was around this thing, I already know.
And of course, we're going to find out a lot more about that rock
Of
festival
course.
and new song and the music and everything. But they
And-
skip some things.
Yeah, no, we have to
Yes,
go back
yes,
in Nigeria. They skip
They
something.
skip some things, you know. if
I
you-
got a lot of information as well from Faye Martin, you know.
Oh,
and,
nice,
and
nice.
other people as well, Bernie T, you know, and so many others, Nigel.
Wonderful.
Yes, so
wonderful.
let us go
Which
back
which
because we
will
want to
share
go
that
back to
as
the
well.
boyhood days. We want to go back to your community where you were raised, you know, how the community helped you, what was happening at the time and all of that. So,
Well, at that time, I grew up in Goodwill, Molest, and my hangout used to be at Voltage 4. Was a band called Voltage 4 in Churchland, Goodwill. It was Anais and Rabes, Gordon Henderson, Oliver Cruikshank, may God rest his soul, and also Chris Seraphin. And actually, that's where I started learning to play drums. Oliver Cruikshank taught me my first beat. I'll never forget that. I was about 12 years old. He
so
taught me
Oliver Cruikshank was what? Marcel's Cruikshank?
Brother.
Brother,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's the original drummer for Exile One. And he taught me my first beat. It was like a soul beat. I'll give you guys an idea. It's a beat that went like tick, tack, do, tack, do, tack, do, tack. And I tell him, thank you, Cookie. Well, that's his nickname, right? Cookie. And I took that beat to tack, do, tack, do, tack. Do tack, do tack, and the rest is history.
Improvise.
Yeah.
Nice.
The rest is
nice,
history.
nice,
Well, we
nice.
have
I
to hear
like
more. Let's hear from Brian as well, because Brian, you two have a story.
Oh man, I have a long story too, but I cut it short. My name is Brian Rock. They call me Rocket. I don't know why, but but yeah, music has always been my thing. I remember going when I was in convent, prep school, I guess, and they used to have a subject where a certain time you have to sing. I remember I would be singing loud out there, and people would hear me in the next classes, singing. So singing has always been my thing, And even like my sisters used to be in the choir in church, and I was too young to join the choir, but I still used to go to their choir practices, and sing in a corner by myself and learn how to harmonize, and And now also because of the band Wooden Stool, which rehearsed at my house, I had access to, most instruments. So when musicians would come through, then if Sty isn't there and they needed a drummer, I would play drums. Or if the bass player, I would need a bass player, I would play bass. And I get to learn to play, a lot of the instruments. And then at a very young age, I sang with Swinging Stars when I was like 16. A little boy singing the Swinging Stars, going on tour, St. Martin, Totola, Montreal, New York, Toronto. So that kind of started my thing, and people kind of, my sisters used to think, well, Brian, not been interested in girls. What's up? But my interest was always music and sports.
That was my next question. Right? No, seriously, that was my next question. At 16 years, I'm thinking that the boys would be busy with the girls, and things like that. But you were busy with music.
Yeah, music was, it really kind of took over and that was my passion. And I always learned that if God gives you a talent and you use it, you can never go wrong. And for me, that's what happened to me over the years, because I'm still playing music after how much, 50 something years, we're still there.
Still there.
It's like Sty and myself, we played together when we were like probably 13 years together.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you know in the reggae vibes, they have, in the reggae music, they talk about Robbie and Sly, which is like big bass player and drummer for, it's not Robbie and Sly, it's Rocket and Sty.
Yes, I love
So, New York now, we also had a band, Mojanaya, and Sty was the drummer, So that's our connection from Dominica to here. And then even later on, after we branched out, did our thing, Sty still came to Chicago, and we played together again in Chicago for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But he's such a wanted drummer, I couldn't keep him. But here we are again.
Yeah.
We have recorded some songs together that we're hoping to release in the future. So we're excited.
Yeah.
Nigel, I too am excited. I mean, just look at what has happened today on Connecting the Dots. Long ago, I heard about the two of them, and I always knew that one of those days would have them on. But we have them on together, and they are brothers.
Yeah.
16. That's something about 16 years. You started in the music business, even 12.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really a lot, Nigel.
Yes, because the plan was to get them separately, and as divine intervention has it, they're here together. So that's even wonderful,
But somebody's on our line. Let's take it. Let's take the call.
Let's
just see. Yes, hello, connecting the dots. Hello,
connecting the dots. Good day.
Good day.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yes, Chicago, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to big up Sky because let me tell you, Sky and Rocket been there from time, man. real bodies from way back,
So, yes.
And wooden stools just by the rock downstairs there. He started right there. The music was there, and these guys will never give up, man. Congratulations to you guys, and keep it up.
Thank you.
We're there with you, man. Just make Dominica proud as usual. Trust me.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. We're there with you.
All right. So Nigel, you were saying before?
Yes. No. I was just going to say, it's nice, through divine intervention, we have the both guys in the studio with us, sharing their journey with us. But I want to go back a little bit, though, because I want to find out from, both of them, in terms of growing up in your neighborhood at the time. So Sty growing up in Goodwill, and of course, Brian, I'm growing up in, I guess, Roseau Central, if you want to put it that way, a little bit of it. I mean, Sty, what was it like for you growing up in the Goodwill area? Were you like always on the savannah? Was sports a thing out there? What was it like?
Yeah.
The savannah was actually was my second home because I used to be there every day. It was either like cricket or football. And as a matter of fact, I used to be the captain of my high school team, Goodwill Junior High School, in cricket and football, and we used to kick ass, man. We used to just mash down everybody, and also there was like Thomas Kentish, TK, Dominica's great sportsman, so we were partners in crime in sports, and we were the rebels of that, so I had some great sports days, cricket and football. It was really, really nice, I have to say. And I remember one day my sports master brought me on the side and he said, Mr. LaRock, when you excel in music and sports, what do you want to do? Which one you want to stick to? I tell him, sir, with all due respect, sir, I stick to my music. And I think I'm glad I did because it's been a long road of like world tours and upon tours in the music, and I love it, and I'm still doing it, and I love it. I just love it.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the community like? Some of the names you can remember growing up, as a young boy.
Oh, there was Michael Freeman, there was Joe Kentish, there was David Kentish, there was Thomas Dorset, there was, all the greats in the Goodwill area, from the Goodwill area, like in sports and stuff like that, So it was just fantastic, man.
Those were the days,
yeah.
Those
Growing up in
days.
Lindo Park, it was like, it was awesome.
Wow. What about you, Brian Rock? Tell us about your boyhood days, your community, what was happening.
I went to SMA as a little boy.
Yes,
11, 12 years.
SMA, that SMA.
And I tell you, my day
He didn't get the program, man.
No, he didn't get the memo.
You're not supposed to say SMA on the program.
He didn't get the memo. You have to say it twice. Every time you mention SMA, you have to say it twice, Brian.
SMA.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry. No, but my day was like, all right, get up in the morning. Sometimes some guy would call me at 6 o'clock in the morning. We go in the Windsor Park, play some football or cricket or whatever, go under power, swim, come back in time to go to school for 8 o'clock. And when school is done, then is back to the park, play sports, come home and then, go to the river again, and then there was homework and then music and then night study. You remember they used to have night study in those days.
Yeah.
We do night study and you just do that Windsor Park, play music all day long. That was my life. Or sometimes at night too, dominoes under the lights on the sidewalk. So we had a really fun childhood.
Yeah, man.
And I always used to ask my mother because the music would start at my house from like, from
9 o'clock in the morning.
till like probably
Till
9,
like
10
9
o'clock
night time.
at night.
Every day.
And I always I'd ask her one day how she dealt with that happening. She said, well, I knew where you were. You weren't on the streets. You were home. So, and that just led to a lot of other great things for me personally, just going out there and playing music.
Who was your star at that time? Who were you listening to as a young boy, when you were delving into the music?
Oh, man, talk about Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross. I remember they used to have a big album in those days, and there was the Child Lights, OJs.
Wow.
I always loved to sing, so I loved the singers. But then the musicians, as Ty mentioned, there was the Tower of Power, Osibisa. There was, of course, Sparrow, and Jimmy Cliff. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Cliff had a concert in Arawak Cinema one time. It was a matinee show. And I went to the show, and I loved Jimmy Cliff. And when I came home from the matinee show, Wooden Stool was practicing. So I feeling like Jimmy Cliff. I took the mic and I started to sing like Jimmy Cliff, and they hired me on the spot. Like, you're the singer now.
You mean you sung like Jimmy Cliff?
Not songing, but trying to imitate his moves. And,
Okay.
And it was like, all right, you hired.
What were you like as a little boy, though?
What do you mean?
Were you troublesome? Were you all around the place?
Oh, yeah.
I was. Nigel can probably tell you.
Nigel, tell me. Nigel, give me a story.
His brother always tell me about a story that one time I was in some kind of trouble at probably 5, 6 years old, and I hid under Nigel's house for like about 6 hours, and they're looking for me, and they call the police and they call the ambulance, and they cannot find me, and I'm under the house, and Nigel's brother found me. So I was troubled.
Utea beta.
Yes.
Yeah. But I guess it's a little boy's thing, I mean, you're running around, you're doing things, and you're trying to hide from people, and of course, all the days under power.
I was just about to ask if you used to go to the river under power, under the bridge.
Yeah, man, under power,
We live there.
Oh, yeah. We used to call after leaving the river.
What do you remember though about the community? How did the community, play a part in shaping who you are today? Maybe you can remember some of the names, some of the people who had shops and things like that.
You think I left when I was like probably 16, so a lot of and the names kind of.
All right.
But across the street, I remember they used to have a shop across the street. You could go and buy an ounce of cheese to make it, and then you drink your lime squash. You make lime and sugar and water, and life was just wonderful. And I think there was more discipline. You respect your elders. You treat people with respect, and always greet with a smile, and and that has always stuck with me.
Yeah, man.
Over the years.
There's nothing like gangsters back in them days.
Yeah.
I mean, there was gangs, but we had our little fights, but 5 minutes after, we're partners again.
No, you're back in the river swimming or in the park playing football or cricket.
Any memory about carnival time back in the day? What stays in your mind when you reflect on carnival growing up as a young boy?
Carnival growing up, man. We used to have a gang called Archies, man. And it was like about 40 of us. Every carnival, like, we have our costume.
Yeah, T-shirts.
T-shirt and tie-dye or, like that. T-shirt and jeans and carnival it was something that we used to wait for every year. Just massive fun, man.
Like for me, I watch.
What about you, Brian? You were right there.
I watch carnival. I'm here 6 months. I'm here in the winter time up here. I come down here, so I'm here till after carnival. Easter, and I watch carnival and see the guys on the stage. And I remember as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 16-year-old, I was the one on the stage singing the songs with singing stars. So it's good memories, and it kind of warms my heart also.
Also, going back into that part about the music, my dad had a very big influence on me, because he used to have a brother who lived in England, and he used to send my dad, all the latest, like, of James Brown, Wilson Pickett, Aretha Franklin, Sam Cooke, Elvis Presley, all the latest records. And he used to tell me, man, I want you to play like James Brown drummer. I want you to play like Otis Redding drummer. And, he was like, just pressing me to do that. As a matter of fact, our records was so much advanced that I remember back in the day there was DJs from DBS used to come and borrow our records to play on DBS. I'll never forget that, you know. That's how advanced we were, you know. So God bless his soul, man.
I'm sure Ted Daly is listening.
Ted
so
Daly,
he'll remember that story.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of like my neighbor down the street, in Fields Lane. Yeah.
Nigeria, where do we go to next?
Well,
What's
I
happening
mean,
in the book, by the way?
Oh, the book is
Brian
always
and
going
Steyr,
busy.
two music geniuses.
Yes.
Okay, that's what Rosalind Sarah Macklin is saying. Ivona, good morning. Ivona, Nigel, and your guest listening from Dominica. So Catherine is here as well. I think she'll share the stage with you tomorrow as well, Nigel. Catherine, Janice, Alma, Leighton, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, but the book is busy. Noreen Joseph, of course, is on. Quite a few people are on. Really enjoying listening to that person is saying, Nigel, what? Shauna Johnson. Real happy to see DBS showcasing rockets and style. Wicked talent, yeah? And great guys. I love this. I really, really, really love this.
Yes, so the book is busy. So guys, the journey has, you start. By the way, what primary school? I know Rockets went to Convent Prep. Style, was it Goodwill Primary or?
Well, it was preschool before, and then Goodwill Junior High School.
Goodwill Junior High School.
You remember your preschool days?
Yeah.
What song you used to sing in preschool? What song you used to sing in creche?
Man, actually, honestly, I don't remember, but every afternoon around 2 o'clock, we used to fall asleep in class. That was sleeping time for all kids.
You remember?
Yeah, sleeping time for all kids. Oh yeah, but it was fun. Man. I mean, oh man, oh yeah, we used to buy our tablet, or coconut cheese, and share it among the class, like that. I remember those times, man. It was fun, man. It was like love. Pure love. As children, it was pure love, man. Pure love. I'll never forget that. Honestly, I could relive those days again. Yeah, I would love that.
What was happening on the music landscape though in Dominica? Kadas was on, I guess. Chubby, Midnight Groovers, Exile One. What was happening musically?
Well, for me personally, I didn't grow up with when Exile One did their first album, Don't Bite the Hand That Feed You. I had just left, so I didn't really grow up when Kadas was making that revolution. It's not till when I got to New York that I would hear those records and I'll be like, whoa. And like for me, I don't know, people don't know, but when I left school, I was in Exile One at a very young age, right? And
say that again.
I was with Exile One when Exile One first started.
Oh.
And people don't know that part of that history, but I was there, and in rehearsing in Guadeloupe, some of the guys, they didn't want us to rehearse on their instruments anymore. So they sent me, Exile One guys sent me back me and Fitzroy Williams came back to Dominica to pick up the equipment, the musical equipment that was at my house now, to bring back to Guadeloupe. And my mother told me, hey, you're not going back. You're too young to be out there. And then Exile One, the rest is history. Exile One went on to do, great things. And and right after that, now Swing Stars asked me. So, you just gotta go with what Jah gives you and just accept it and make the best out of it. You see, you get lamb, you make squash with it.
As a matter of fact, on that same time, myself and Rocket used to be in Swinging Stars together. That was back in like 1975.
75.
75. Yeah. And until after Rocket went to the States, and after Swinging Stars, actually, I toured Guadeloupe and Martinique with Mantra.
Oh yeah, Mantra.
Mantra.
Julie
Mate, Janet Azus, Sinky Rabes, Anison Rabes, and so on. And then after that, I joined Experience 7 in Guadeloupe. Myself and Fitzroy Williams, and around that same time, Fitzroy Williams wanted to do his album, Lucifer, which was in around 1977.
That's a great song.
And he actually he played me the songs, right? And I heard the songs and I said, wow, Fitzroy, that's great. I'm going to try something fresh on that album. And that album became one of the biggest hits in the Caribbean, Lucifer album. Yeah.
Super Viva.
Cado Majestic.
Super Viva.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Great song.
One of the biggest album is from the Caribbean. And it was great. And then after that, I joined Exile One. Myself and Fitzroy, we joined Exile One. And we toured around with Europe and North America, the Caribbean, South America, like that. And
Nigel, I know it's not your story to tell, but of course you know Brian in particular, because you're all in the same area. So for you as a little boy, a young boy back in the day too, how did you feel about him in terms of his his travels in music?
I mean, I think at that time, when you were going into music, it probably felt like you were probably, and I'm going to say this in quotes, you're probably going astray.
Yep.
It wasn't the traditional route you were taking. So to see Brian, being involved in music and heading in that direction, it might have been felt at that time that, what's wrong with Brian? What is he doing? Because he's a convent prep boy and supposed to follow a certain kind of path. You know what I'm saying?
That was the mindset.
That was the mindset of people at the time. So to get involved in music and being involved in music, it was like, okay, that is the how you call it back then, Brian? Like the coward of the family.
Yes.
Put it that way.
Black sheep coward, yeah.
People did not understand.
They didn't understand
that
then, I guess the power of music, and because remember that's a time when music was not seen as a profession. It was not seen as the way you should go. It was seen as a little kind of thing you want to do on the side, and you're wasting your time, and
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure maybe Sty and Brian went through that in terms of what,
For example, I'll give you an example, right? I remember my first gig with Wooden Stools, right? I was 13 years old.
With your first gig with?
Wooden Stools.
Wooden Stools.
Yeah.
Wooden Stones?
Yeah.
Stools.
Okay.
That was a band myself.
Okay.
Myself and Brian used to play in. I told my dad, and that gig was at like a fete, Trafalgar, right? So I told my dad, Daddy, I have a show tonight, and I'm going to do that. My father told me, what? A haircut, sir. You're not going nowhere. so just imagine that night, I jumped the window, man, and I go to my gig. And when I came back, I got a spanking, man. But after that, he really saw, well, yeah, that's what the boy wanted to do.
Now, as he's saying this, Nigel, I'm remembering when we had Rosalind Severin McLean on, and she was talking about, in fact...
Yes, and she was mentioning
the
there was dimensions.
Missing what she went through with her father.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yes, but Brian, you were saying?
No, I had one similar to that, what Sai was saying, because my first show with Wooden Stool was at St. Gerard's Hall. They have a kiddies show, on Sunday afternoons, where we would back up the kids and
stuff.
And my first show, it was a Sunday afternoon, and my father told me, I wasn't doing too good in school at that time, so he told me I wasn't going. And I attempted to jump the window, and he caught me. And I didn't make the show. That was funny. But, I was supposed to be an architect, a lawyer, a doctor, or something, but, music took my life.
Yeah, man. So. We were just hungry for music. That process was... back then we were young and we were enthused about music and listening to all this American music, man. We were just into that. That was just our life, basically.
Not to cut you off, I talk about the music scene in Dominica used to be so good. Missing Dimension was a all-female
band. Yeah.
Then they had Liquid Ice and there was Sandalwood. And there was, and my favorite, Gaylords.
Yeah.
Lot Breaker and
the
Bingo
flamboyant
and
Lot Breaker.
Yes. Them Boys and Them.
Boys and Them.
And
Mountain Chicken.
Mountain Chicken was the name of a group as well?
Yeah. What?
Oh my goodness. I heard about you said Sandalwood, and that's the first time I'm hearing this as well.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking we need to document this, Nigel.
We have to. Yes.
For posterity.
We do.
We have, there's so much history that we have not recorded.
I know that was just Roseau now. All over Marigot had bands and Portsmouth had bands and Grand Bay and
everywhere had bands.
Soufriere and
for example, like in Roseau, there used to be a band in Solomon Lane, in Church Lane, in Goodwill Road.
So Goodwill was well known for having a lot of bands.
A
lot of bands, man. Enough bands, man. Right now, Dominica don't have bands, man. Back then, Dominica had more bands than that
Was there ever
That
a
massive bread.
rivalry? Was there ever a rivalry among the
no,
bands?
no, no.
No, there was
Nothing
never.
like that.
There was never.
Nothing like that.
All
Never.
love. All love.
Yeah, all love.
Yeah.
All love.
We go
Did
to
you
the-
find? I mean, did you find yourselves like some musicians playing in this band this week and next week they're missing somebody, so they just call
Yeah,
upon you and
yeah.
you're part of
Well,
the process and
I didn't see much of that though.
Okay.
Because, once you're in a band, you're excited to be in the band, so you don't want nobody to take your place. Yeah, but
Back then, there was no competition among bands. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, I find there is, because music is not a competition. You know, you have a skill, spread your skill. You know?
What about the women's involvement in of course, you mentioned in the dimensions, the what
Missing
missing
dimensions,
dimensions, fine.
yeah.
But generally, in terms of women, gravitating to the music landscape, gravitating to music.
Yeah.
What was this like?
It-
Of course, you mentioned Janet Azuz. We know you had to
Yeah.
feel there, but generally,
there wasn't much to me. I don't know if Sty can
Yeah, well,
remember.
there was that one girl band, Missing Dimensions, and they were good. I mean, for what they used to do, they used to play rock music, all girls, and they were great. As far as I can remember, that was the only female band that was in Dominica.
were you all ever fearful of the women?
Oh no,
Yes, sir, yeah.
Yeah, in a certain way, but
they used to ask us to
Not
show them
musically.
stuff, you know. They used to ask us to show them chords and different things like that, beats, you know.
And I tell you,
Like
I'm
that,
very,
like that.
I'm very impressed right now coming back and see the female singers they have here.
Yeah, man.
They're very good.
Fantastic.
In those days, they weren't much.
We
female
have
singers.
quite a few now.
quite a few now,
Yeah,
quite a few.
Mikael,
Yes.
of course, we have
Singers,
Shalina, we have
It's great.
others as well.
Stasha. We have quite a few now.
Mary
That's
Pascal,
really making their
yes,
thing,
yes.
Mary Pascal and so on. Yes, yes. What about the drumming part of it, though, Sty, in terms of the bands? Did you find that the drummers in all the different bands had their own little style, or was it like, how did they?
Well, back then, most of the drummers had their own style, eh? And then after we started recording like different styles of Kana's music, I noticed like a lot of the drummers used to come to my style, because my style was kind of something fresh, and they loved that, So I used to show them little things there and there and like that, So it was like that, And,
What about the drums, man? That kind of just captivated you and just have kept you going. What is it about the drums?
Man, I tell you, man, I'll give you a story, yeah. When I was like 6, 7 years old, right? Every night before I go to bed, right? And that is an honest truth. Every night before I go to bed, I used to picture myself, right?
What? I think he was going to say every night before you go to bed, he'd pray to get some insurance.
Every night before I fall asleep, right? I used to picture myself playing in amphitheaters,
Wow.
playing in stadiums,
Wow.
meeting like my idols, like stars, guys. Back in the days, there was guys like Buddy Miles, Carlos Santana, and who else? Cream with Eric Clapton, and Jack Bruce and those guys. And honestly, all what I dreamt of, a lot of it came to pass.
Wow.
Because I
You
ended up
dream
playing
it, yes, it
stadiums. I met Carlos Santana. As a matter of fact, I met Carlos Santana in San Francisco. And he came to me and tell me, man, you were great. And Carlos Santana actually bowed to me like this and tell me, man, you were great.
As
You
a
were
matter of
great.
fact, we were playing at a show in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And Sty's, we're playing and Sty's telling me, yo, look Carlos Santana up front there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I met
So you said he
Buddy
bowed
Miles.
to you?
Huh?
And you always loved Carlos Santana?
Yeah, man.
Before meeting him and then...
I met Sting. I used to hang out with Sting when I was in Europe. And I met enough artists, man. Rick James. I used to admire those guys, and I end up meeting all of them.
Yeah.
It's amazing, huh? You see, when you dream, you have to dream high, man, and that's what
dream
I
big,
did.
dream big.
Dream big, And
Brian, you too, you would have met a lot of musicians that you used to think of highly.
Well, fortunately, right, I've been blessed to. When we used to play in New York, this producer who used to live next door, who had his studio next door, he gave me some kind of pretty big gigs too. I played on a song with Bruce Springsteen, on that, then I also did one with the Rolling Stones, I also did one with Carly Simon. So there are some pretty big names in terms of music. But because of the band, we played mostly reggae. So all the big reggae acts that, you know, even those that come to Dominica, we've been with them, we've met them, we've, you know, played with them.
Yeah, we toured with
you know,
them. Yeah.
Like from Dennis Brown to
Ted World.
Yeah, Ted World. We
Steel
were on tour with
Pulse.
Ted World for like a couple of months. Then we were on tour with Burning Spear. We went to Africa with Burning Spear. So we've been fortunate to, you know, all those guys, Beres Hammond and Freddie McGregor and all the older roots guys. We know them from, you know,
way back.
You know, we see them, and even like them little boys,
Mali's?
No, them guys who just came there.
Damien Mali?
Yeah.
Stephen Mali?
Yeah.
Yeah. We played with those guys in New York before.
In New York.
Morgan
you know.
Heritage.
Morgan Heritage, that's what I was trying to
Yeah.
Morgan Heritage, right? Those guys, we used to play for their father in New York.
Yeah.
And when you come to rehearsal, he would bring them same little boys.
Yeah.
You know, them same guys, Morgan Heritage, to the rehearsals. And they would sit down, so I know them from little boys. And then also Steel Pulse. You know, all those guys. But, you know, and they have influenced at least my style of reggae music, you know. But still, like if my band Gize is not just reggae music we play. We have our zouk and our compa and thing we play as well, calypso and, you know, but reggae, because reggae being a big thing that keep us working very much. You know, we are very busy in the summertime. You know, reggae is a very happy music. And
tell us about the composition of that band. You have Dominicans in that band as well?
Oh yeah, oh man. First of all, there's Martindale. I don't know if you know Martindale. He used to be WCK's
which one?
guitar.
Martindale Olive?
Yeah, he plays with me.
Yeah,
He used to be CK's guitar player. And then when Sty left to go and do his other thing, I have a St. Lucian guy playing drums. And then my trombone player used to play with Exile One. So then who else? Then I have a Haitian guy playing keyboards as well. My son now, who I'm blessed to have, also plays keyboards with me. So we have a pretty diverse band. Every now and then Dominican. Oh, and like my friends, there's Kofi, who is in Chicago.
Yeah, Kofi's on, man. Kofi's on, picking you all up as well.
You know, and Hurricane.
Yes.
You know, I haven't seen Hurricane for a while because he's got his own band. And he's doing a lot of great things too.
A lot.
And he's playing there, I'm playing there, so we never get to meet.
Okay.
But I always follow him too. And
Hurricane, Hurricane is doing a lot. In fact, I recently connected with him,
so,
Nigel. He's one of our guests coming up very
proud
nice.
of.
Nice.
There's Kofi, who I mean, the one day when Kofi's around, I bring him up on stage and sing with us, and you know, so.
Yeah,
Kofi
has been on.
singer, man.
Kofi's a good singer.
Good
He has been on how many times,
stage
Nigel?
presence too, and you know.
My boy is bad.
Yeah, we have had Kofi as a guest maybe 3 times tonight.
Yes. And I mean, Kofi is always,
Yes.
apart from that,
Kofi's
he's
a
always
part of-
connected with us on Saturday.
Connected,
He's
yeah.
he's
He's
on
a
right now.
regular. He's on right now.
Yeah, I love
yes.
Kofi. In fact, we play football. We play football every Sunday in Chicago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but both of us there and Brian, I mean, having to leave Dominica and be out there and pursuing music, how difficult has that been for you guys?
Well, actually, for me, it has been difficult because I always knew, well, that is my aim. That's what I want to do. And well, for me, right, like big things like major tours and playing with major artists like just came natural to me because I remember there's this one artist. She's German. She's Nina Hagen, and she's famous. I remember when I met her back in New York, I just knew, well, yeah, I was going to be playing with that girl. And the time that I met her, she was putting a brand new band together. And like in the meantime, like her record was going gold in Europe already. And she was looking for a drummer, a very versatile drummer that can play different styles of music. And I just got that gig. And you know, it was like, wow, you know, like that.
Hold on. Let me tell you. He left Mojo and I to go play with Nina Hagen. I was so pissed at him, man.
He left Mojanaya to go and start playing with.
Play that same woman he's talking about, Nina Hagen, this rock art style thing. in Germany. But music is music. You go where your heart takes you, and and if you believe in yourself, and good things happen anyhow. So
Yeah. I mean, that gig was great. I mean, like I learned so much on that gig, and it was one of my biggest gigs because I did several world tours with her, and the music was like rock, punk, reggae, funk, hip hop. It was like heavy metal. It's a mixture of all kind of music, and I used to huff and puff every night, man, for 2 hours straight.
Wow.
Playing to like 20,000 people, 30,000 people, 40,000 people, 50,000 people, to 8,000 people. I mean, like the smallest gig that I had with her was a club of 3,000 people.
Wow.
So it was just humongous for me.
Yeah.
And I
Good
just kept going.
Good experience.
Yeah.
Good experience.
Great experience, you know.
One of the things, one of the
I
bands.
did videos with her, also an album.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of the bands I hear Brian keep mentioning about is, of course, Mojinaya.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that band, Brian.
Well, the Mojinaya first started, it was an all Dominican band. You're talking about in the 70s, 75, 76. There was Shaft, who was Elvis Dow on drums, and there was Fat Boy Alan Watty on keyboards, and there was Gus Argo from Brazil on guitar. There was Ghana Finger, there was Norman Sin. So that we did that thing, kind of building our Caribbean music, and then learning after hearing Cadas now, because we weren't in Dominica for the Cadas thing, so we would hear the records and play our little Cadas and and stuff like that. Now, after that session kind of died out because guys, we would play for $5 a night. Each musician make $5 for the night, and because we had to buy instruments and pay back, and so that part of Mojinaya died out. Then we ended up with Steino on drums, and then Desi Hyson, who plays with who played with Culture, and is presently playing with Junior Marvin, which is Bob Marley's guitar player. And we had an American guy playing guitar, Robin Armstrong, and myself. So, and we did some really, really, really good things. We established a name in New York and on the East Coast. In matter of fact, I just saw a show on Netflix, or one of them, where them rappers, they talk about Mojinaya influencing them. The big rappers now, talk about remembering Mojinaya influencing them. So we intended to do some good things. We toured all across America. We did Africa. We've been around. So that was the Mojinaya. And now because and we had one time there was a car accident and everybody guys got hurt and guys went different directions. I moved to Chicago. Sty moved to Toronto. Daisy moved to DC, and we kind of
branched out.
So almost I've been trying for them guys for us to do a reunion tour because Mojinaya was such a popular band in the 80s, 90s, 80s, in the 80s. As a matter of fact, we have recorded some songs together. Hopefully we can get to finalize them and probably let them out, because I have some promoters in New York who's been trying to get us to come New York sometime next year to do a reunion show. So who knows where that goes? But
You're saying that, what I'm thinking of as well is, I wish, Nigel, there was like a network of Dominican musicians, especially those abroad, because there are so many Dominican musicians. And as I say that, I think of as well C. Gist Jr., Clayton Gist, and so many other Dominicans who are doing well, in music abroad. So you all have a close connection. You have a close connection with lots of other musicians.
All over.
All of us connected, man. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was trying to do something with Lord Breaker.
He too was a guest on our program.
So, because of the timing and everything, we haven't really finished the project yet. But also I'm really proud of for those who have stayed with the music, because there's also so many very great musicians that just kind of give up and get caught up in that 9 to 5 life. Guys like Zyro. Zyro's a guitar player that played with Bill O'Man, and very good guitar player. But also the musicians that stuck with it, I respect them, and because as you know, it's not an easy life. A lot of it is nice, but a lot of it is struggles.
Let's check the book as well, Nigel. A lot is happening.
Hard work.
So
hard
someone is Winnie Green is saying we need them on World Crowd Music Festival for 2025.
work.
Yeah,
Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Winnie.
Winnie has always said that.
Yeah. You know.
Let
Yeah.
me say hello to Peter Dover as well. Carl Kofi James is saying music is the key to keep the world together.
It is.
So yeah, he's on, man, bigging you all up.
Yeah.
World Creole Music Festival need to invite Brian band Gize to perform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the festival needs some more of that, man, because I mean.
But you know, the Creole Fest thing, I don't know if it's political or what is the criteria to get up there. But I feel as though they need to just do like a local Dominican night or something, because people, you see, right now you have us probably never heard of Sty and myself, you know, musically. But I feel as though the Dominican people need to know about people like us and Kofi and you know, the other big artists out in the world that's doing great things, and people don't know about that. And I feel that is probably why you know, we haven't gotten invited. You know, which is cool, because you know, whatever
I don't know
it
if it's
is,
cool,
you know,
Nigel. Something has to be done.
Yeah, I mean definitely.
No,
so
but also
I-
foreigners come to hear Dominican music. You know, and they're not getting that at all. You know.
And I
See,
mean, I'm
I've
one
been
of those
getting
who've
that
always,
compliment, you know,
yeah, I
as
mean,
well.
I'm one of those who've always said, you know, I mean, sometimes the space and the environment in which we discuss situations is probably what, you know, sometimes action comes from that.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
particular program and, you know, other spaces where we can
That's
be
why I
outside of the noise
yeah.
helps in terms of
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
you know, recognizing what's going on. And, you know, I wouldn't know people who know people, so
And Nigel, you yourself, and now you're bigger again, you know. So Nigel, I think you can really push that case forward.
And I've been trying for
Seriously.
years, and every time they would tell me not this year, not
Oh, yeah?
not next year, next year.
Well,
Well, I mean, next year is supposed to be the you know, the 25th
Big thing.
anniversary of the World Creole Music Festival, and I think just as we had some commitment for Calypso to be on
Yes.
next year on the
There
World
should be
Creole
more
Music
colors as
Festival.
well.
So definitely, I
You know?
think it's something we can definitely explore and
Yeah.
and look at having. If not an entire Dominican night, but maybe a section where there's Dominican musicians, a Dominican music,
Yeah, I agree.
you know, something of that nature.
The
or-
players involved,
Yes.
the movers and the
Yeah.
shakers, I
Yes.
think they need to do a lot of research on what Dominican artists overseas.
Definitely so, and
Oh,
I know they're listening. So
Well,
you know,
I think also we would make the Dominican people proud.
Of course.
I know that.
you
I know that,
there's
yeah.
my people out there in the world
Yes.
doing great things.
Yeah.
Guys like Lazo.
Yeah.
Lazo is a big time.
In fact, he's in
Oh, yes.
Dominica.
Oh, yes.
Lazo is in
Lazo,
Dominica,
yes,
and I got
yes,
some
yes.
Big
information. I
artists
got
out
his
in North
number.
America, you know.
Lazo won
Should be there.
a Juno Award, which is like the
Yes,
Grammys
yes.
in
In
America.
America.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like, you know, we need to get
Yeah.
these people names
Yes,
out there, so
Lazo.
people
and
can
there are
be-
others as well.
Yes,
there are
yes,
lots, you know,
yes,
of other
yes, definitely
musicians.
so.
Let me say
There
good
should be
morning
more
to...
colors music too on Creole Festival, because people come down here to hear that, and they're not getting that at all. And,
Funity.
yeah, you know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
Lot more colors music, man. We need that, not just bouillon and foreign artists. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
We
saying?
have a lot of Dominican artists who are
You know,
making it big on the international
I'm telling
stage,
you,
and we
man,
have to
you know.
recognize them for
Of course,
I
of
gotta-
course.
I gotta make
We
a-
need that.
I got to let you guys in on something. I remember one time I was in this club, and there was this reggae acts performing, and they were talking about Creole Fest. And the guy was one of the guys, the Jamaican guys. They didn't know I was from Dominica, but they were just talking. Yeah, man, Creole Fest. Make sure you hit them hard. You know, they must pay good. You know, and I tell you, them guys in America making little money. You know, you see them,
I
they're
tell
big,
you,
big,
man.
big. They're making little money in Dominica. They come and make the most money they ever make in their life.
in their
you know?
life, man.
I'm telling you, you know, and people, and
You know.
they do, you know. But,
Yeah.
You know, who am I?
There's the politics about that thing too, because I have a problem with that. You know what I mean? There's foreign artists who come to Dominica and making, I mean, a lot of money. I mean, they never make that money. Nowhere else in the world
Yeah.
except in Dominica.
in Dominica.
And you know,
So-
of course, you're involved in the business.
Yeah, of course.
Let's just take a call. Let's
know,
let's
you know,
take a call
you know.
and we'll continue the discussion. Connecting the dots. Okay, we
You know,
lost that.
yes,
call.
we
That
lost
person
that
could not
person as
stay
well.
on.
Yes,
we
yes,
had
yes,
someone
yes.
else as well. But
as I said, I mean, it's always nice when we connect on, you know, on this particular topic and we have those discussions, because that's where we can
Plant the seed.
share the ideas, plant the seed, and,
That's it,
and,
that's
and
it.
from there, yes, the growth could, you know, water it, and then everything else, you know,
Yeah.
spring from then on.
let's take that call, Nigel.
Yes,
Let's
go
see.
ahead, take that call.
Connecting the dots. Hello. Connecting the dots. Hello.
Okay, I guess. Hello.
All right.
All right.
That
all
person
right.
have to try back.
So, Sty, I wanted to ask you though, and then of
Yeah.
course, and Brian as well. In terms of all the genres of music. You've played drumming. I mean, you've been a drummer for all kinds of different genres of music.
Yeah.
Is there any particular genre that you're like, man, this is really...
Before you answer that, let's just try
take the
one
call.
more
Try
time.
one more time.
Hello?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you're on.
thankful to be successful.
Okay.
Happy
go ahead.
53rd anniversary, DBS, and continue to do the good things you guys are doing.
All right, thank you.
While I'm listening, there is one question I've been asking myself. I was an athlete in terms of sports, but I'm not a musician like you guys, although I enjoy the music. I need to find the answer to my question from a local standpoint. I mean, Dominican guys. How do you guys go about preparing yourselves for, say, for example, a 7-day tour to Africa or to Europe? What sort of preparation and the mindset is like while you guys on tour in order to sustain life?
Right, that's it?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Thank
so
you.
yeah, I'd say no. Okay.
First of all, like we need a booking agent to get you across there, also a promoter, and for that mindset, like you need like a whole month of rehearsals, get your show together, a month or less, get your show together. I mean, get your show tight. I mean, like just like you're drinking a glass of water. Make sure your show is very tight, and then you go out there and you just kill it.
It takes a lot of planning. You got to make sure that the equipment, the sound engineer. As you say, you rehearse, and the time of the show, you don't have to think about the music no more. It's just have fun because it has been inside of you from the rehearsals.
Yeah.
And then you just go out and just have fun and do the best that you can. And a lot of times there's going to be some ups and downs. There might be musical failure, some instrument failure and thing, and the crowds and thing, they keep you going, and you want for when people leave your concert that they satisfied and they're happy and they can leave and say, man, I saw a really good band last night. So it takes a lot of preparation, but once you get there, it's like just have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers his question.
It's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it does. I think the whole question of having to prepare is just I mean, preparation is key.
Yeah.
You prepare for that, and then you, of course, I'm pretty sure you have to pack all the clothes that you're going to need and that kind of thing.
Number one
for
is
the
rehearsal.
7 days, but the number one is rehearsal.
Rehearsal, yeah.
Yes.
But also the booking agents or whoever have to make sure that you're on tour, that you got your hotels and you have your per diem and you have your round trip tickets in case when you're flying. So
your meals as well.
Because I've known bands that go out Africa and so and they didn't get paid and didn't have a ticket to come back.
Wow.
So
Nigel, I know you had a question. We have someone on the line. Let's just take this person. Hello.
Yes, morning. Just want to say that wonderful program. I always listen to your program. I'm not a Facebook person, but I listen on air. And I just want to eat up, rock and rocket, the style rock and rocket.
Yeah.
Maybe they know who's speaking. My concern basically.
Ian Jackson.
Ian Jackson. Yeah, man, my brother. I spoke to Sai some time ago when he came to some of my students to do a little workshop in terms of drumming. And it was small at the Calypso House. But it's something I wish that could happen very shortly, Sai, between this year and probably next time I visit Dominica, because I'm making that connection because I have a concern that many of our young people feel very complacent with them playing your music. Yeah. And you mentioned that when you had the contract with the Hagen lady from Germany, it's because you could play different styles and master different styles. She employed you. So by just doing your music, I want to say that we are limiting ourselves as young people, the young people and them into playing the music, because you'd realize that the music has changed so much that basically drummers have lost their skill and they follow a drum machine. Yeah. And that can be dangerous. You can get very popular, like many guys got very popular and so forth, playing the music right here in Dominica. But it's limiting you as a drummer and as an artist if you limit yourself to that type of music, which is simplistic in its form. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just want to hear your comment on that style, and if you'd be willing to have a clinic with some young guys, from the various bands, to teach them various styles and how to just, maybe one day just get rid of the drum machine. Don't necessarily have to always play with it. We saw Kafka play here, we saw the Damian Marley brothers, and they did not rely on drum machines, you know what I'm saying? Because they had proper drummers and so on. So that's my concern. Well, but thank you guys, man. I'm listening. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thanks. Well, it would be my pleasure to to have a clinic down here. I mean, I would love to do that. I would love to do that because, like, I noticed that there's many drummers in Dominica. I mean, booyah music is great. It's an infectious music, but they need to branch out into different styles because booyah drums is not the only kind of drums that you know
exists out there.
Right, you know. I mean, there's different styles of genres of music that I think all drummers should really learn because, I mean, different styles of music pays the bills, not one style of music. And I mean, I'm talking from experience, you know, because that's what I've gotten me all my work as a you know professional drummer. So playing different styles of music is always definitely the best thing instead of just one style of music. So I'd love to have a clinic down here sometime, just to show my skills and you know
techniques
and different skills and different stuff like that. So yes, Ian, let's plan that. Okay.
No, but you know, also just to big up Sty. I remember when Sty came to play with my band in Chicago, Gize. It's like it didn't take him much rehearsal. Right? Just one, two rehearsals, and Sty was on top of it. And that's because of, you know, he had that experience from playing all different styles, so you know how to fit.
Yeah.
You know, when you are called upon, and I guess that's what happened with
The
Nina
approach.
Hagen. You know, the approach to your mindset as to how you approach the drums and how you approach the music, because you cannot be overplaying a singer and a guitar player. You have to find drummers have to find their pocket, and you stay there until when it's your time. You know, and I think when I watch even like the booyah drummers, I mean, so they are very good, but you know, it's like they overtake everything, and that might be because of the computer or what. But and that sometimes to me it sounds very jumbled up. It's like, you know, so much happening. There's the bass and there's the drums played, you know. But you know, with a guy like Sty with the experience, I think he would probably be able to teach how to fit, you know, in between with you know the different styles of music.
What about the drum machine and the introduction of the drum machines? Do you think it has in some way kind of sacrifice or reduce the skill set?
Definitely did. Definitely did.
I mean, the drum machine is good, eh? It is good, but it's like too overpowering for the music. You know, I mean, like the natural drums supposed to be doing more than just the drum machine.
You know, computers take over because I know some people that have some big records.
Yeah.
And then they cannot play not one lick on an instrument. You know, it's just computers. So you know, in a way, it's good because even like my studio, I do have space for a real drums, you know, to come. So I could start my recording with a drum machine, you know, start recording the songs, and then later on, you know, probably include a real drum. So yeah, the computers take over now. So which to me I think has kind of diluted the music, you know. So,
but right now, live drums is coming back. Live drums are back right now, you know, because I mean, the computer drums had their time already, but right now, live drums are back on the scene right now. So you know, young drummers in Dominica, spread your wings, man, spread your wings. Don't stick to one style, okay?
Yes.
Don't stick to one style. Spread your wings because there's a lot of music out there to learn. Just to stick to that booyah thing. Just spread your wings. Learn different styles of music.
But only
that will make you like a rounded drummer, a rounded musician.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So try that, guys. I love you all, man. Try that.
Is there a particular genre of music you like to drum to more than any other one?
Oh, well, man, I love jazz rock fusion music. You know, because that inspires me a lot. You know, but I love different styles of music, and I have fun with all of them, like Latin, reggae, you know, soca, zouk, you know, funk, jazz, you know, Latin jazz, you know, jazz rock fusion. I love all styles of music. So when I apply myself to one, I make sure I kill it. You know what I'm saying?
Ty's probably one of the most rounded drummers I know, though. You know, he play all kind of styles.
Yeah.
You know, and very good at all of them. You know.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nigel, I'm listening to all of this, and so much is going through my mind. You guys are widely acclaimed. Outside of Dominica, a lot of people know you. At what points in your career did you realize that you had become professional? You having started so young, 12 years, 16 years, traveled overseas. At what point did it hit you that, wow, but just know I'm a professional in this thing?
I'll tell you. That's a good question because I remember my first world tour, right? I did. And I was doing like press conferences before shows or after shows. I was doing like huge concerts. Big concerts. One experience I had was in Portugal, right? We had just finished this big 15-seater concert hall, right? And we had to after the show, after the last song, we practically had to run for our life because the fans was chasing us, right? Was chasing after us. They wanted to like grab our shirts. Whatsoever they would take from us, they would be happy. And when I got to the bus, right, I actually had to pinch myself. Is this really happening? Is this really happening? So that's one of my experiences.
Well, for me now, I have to give big up. I know most of you guys know him in Dominica, Henry Shillingford, the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Henry became our manager, he pushed us to a certain limit, and that thing helped me personally to realize the potential that we had, because he got us a sign with a record company in New York, and then also when we went to Africa, we went to Senegal to play on Gorée Island, and the kind of reception that we had is like we say, all right, I think we're there now. We have arrived. So that in terms of realizing how much music has helped and paid off for us.
Yeah, that was a great experience, man.
Let's go back to the telephone. We have someone on the line. Hello, connecting the dots.
Yes, good day, man. How are you, Ivona?
Hi, we are fine. We are fine, thank you.
Not that very good program, I must say. I say good morning to Nigel. I say good morning to Alex, Lara, Sky.
Yeah.
Good morning to Rock.
Yes, I. How are you doing?
Morning.
That's Postmaster General in Dominica, I don't know if you remember those days.
Who's
And
this?
it so happened that I know Alex a very long time. I was on duty once at St. Mary's Academy. In the entrance, Alex came in, man. I just tell Alex, go inside there. And I telling them fellas, that's the best drummer in the world, but they don't know Alex. I just expect them to know Alex, but I didn't. I met Rock. So I was singing a calypso, and Rock met me, and he heard the song, and he called me right up in the area. I went up in his house, in the house he was there, and we met there. That's Stephen, man.
Hey.
I don't know if you remember us. One is was a police.
All you have to just give your calypso name. Just give your calypso name, man.
Triumph, man.
Yes, Triumph.
All right.
Yeah.
We're talking about 40, 50 years ago, right?
Yeah, well, that's how it is. I know Alex maybe is the best drummer in the world. Like, I don't know what fellow saying. If anything now, if fellow see Alex playing drum, they will call Alex the best drummer in the world. It's a while he haven't played around. Rock doesn't really play music here, but them man are musicians. That is fellows to really watching the World Queer Music Festival come 2025.
Sure.
All
We have
together,
to push for this.
it's something we need in Dominica.
We have to push for this, Nigel.
Yes, definitely.
All right,
So,
thank you.
And
thank
I also
you.
know one of the other musicians that Brian is, connected to, of course, Gerald Julian, my, Limers,
Gerald Julian.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I know
Yes,
this
it's
one.
called him
Yes,
Limers back
yes,
then.
yes.
So I know that's another great musician doing reggae
That's the
things
same
out there in
Gerald Julian.
Africa.
I think his
and,
father was with the gold and silver. What you call them?
That's the one Julian down the street.
That's we're talking about the Julians down the street.
Yes, yes,
so,
down the street.
so that's a different Julian.
Okay,
There's
all right.
connection there, but a different Julian.
Maybe
We
the one
kind of
was
all
with
grew
the
up
gold
together,
and
in that area. But
Yeah.
definitely doing great music as well out there.
When you look at it, Dominica is so blessed. I mean, we have so many talented musicians.
Man, a lot
of talented musicians.
talent.
You go to the schools, maybe on break time, or even sometimes during class, and children are beating on the desks, and singing and chanting, and so much is happening.
Which is something that we probably need to ask them as well, Ivone, in terms of music in the schools, whether they think, I mean, because you were in school back then and music was not part of the curriculum, music was not looked into and so on. Do you guys feel that we are at a point where we need to have music included?
Definitely.
Music is like music is math. Music is science.
It's counting.
So I think that helps. That helps children. Have a very balanced look at life and you probably don't see it, as real, but once you get involved in music, you find the musicians who take the music seriously, they are more open to a lot of different things than people who, I guess, who probably don't.
Yeah.
But music
that should be part of the curriculum. Definitely.
Let's just go back a little to the Facebook page, Nigel, and connect it for our fans. A lot of comments, Nigel. People are saying so much. I'm not sure how far back we want to go.
Yes, I know. I know Derek Peters has been, making some wonderful comments, and of course, a drummer himself.
In fact, Derek Peters was the one who helped me initially to get them on. Of course, and I had to call Freddie Nicholas as well. So Derek Peters and Freddie Nicholas and Max Nalin-Esprit. The very same time I was at a meeting at Convent High School, in the week, and I say we have to have those guys on, and it worked out. Talking about Max and Nalin-Esprit, I'm Nigel. She's saying big up to Styler Rock and Brian Rock and all the OG Dominican musicians who have brought out their.
Who have gone out of their way, I guess, to promote Dominica's music and stuff like that. Yes, and
from way back when,
connected to their roots.
Yes, and remain connected to their roots, and that is important, that you remain connected to your roots.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the producer came in, he was late. He said, let's double detention for you, sir. You were late.
We started at 9 o'clock this morning.
Double detention. He came in late. Double detention, sir.
Double detention. One, Noreen Joseph is saying the thing is we hear, but we don't listen to what we are not interested in. Derek Peters, we have so many wrong, and he put wrong didn't come out as well.
Pegs in
square holes. Oh my goodness! Oh gosh, Nigel, I pressed something I should not have.
Something you shouldn't have. You missed out that one. Why still trying to figure it out? Bernard Terrell as well. Big T, good morning to you.
He too was a guest.
Respect to all the musicians. I know he had him as a guest as well. Oh, by the way, let me say good morning to Anthea. Anthea is by Lane's Dry Clean something. I come in for my thing, right? I hope it's ready. She listens every Saturday.
Right.
So good
Hi,
morning
Anthea.
to you. Yes. Good morning to you, locked in as well. And everybody else who listens every Saturday that had a chance to kind of touch base with a connect during the week that I've been here. So let's see who else is talking here. Brenda, Brother D is watching. Yes, and saying I'm enjoying the discussion. It's contents. Blessings to you, brothers and hosts. Great job. We spoke about Rosalind Severin McLean already, right?
Yes, I see there's another message from
Derek, from Ra.
Saying that's what Booyah music is about, a fusion, not to be a confusion. I like that. I have said it over and over again. The ingredients in Booyah music, we all should get this concept that Booyah music is a mix.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We have a lot of musicians on as well, Nigel.
A lot of musicians are on the book and on YouTube giving their comments and their, what they're suggesting can and cannot happen.
And that's important because a lot of times we find, and not just in the music business, a lot of times you find a lot of young people, and it's not their fault. Sometimes they don't do the research, or sometimes the history is not recorded, so they don't know. But a lot of people sometimes believe that they have arrived and it's there, and they don't take the time to find out who laid the foundation. Go way back. Go way back. I wonder how many of them knew about these two guys that we have on. So it's a learning experience. Yes, it's knowledge. So welcome to the classroom. Stick around.
Stay connected.
Yes, we will end that.
But let me also
ask.
Yes, that's what we always try to do. But let me ask you guys, because at the same time we've been talking about the fact that we don't know what's going on and the artists and everything else. But do you think as well that some of the responsibilities also on the artists themselves?
Yes, I like that.
To carry themselves professionally, to make people respect what you're doing as a work, as a job, and not just
I like that.
Yeah. What do you guys think on that?
Well, I always tell musicians that I've been in contact, especially the younger ones. When you're playing music, you're on a stage. That means you're up there. Some people looking up to you. And when you get down there, you have to carry yourself with a certain kind of, pride, a certain kind of respect that people can continually, respect and look up to you. You can't be, disrespectful, and you have to think of you up there and people look up to you. So what you do and what you say, is very important, because you might have some big influence on what their lives might be. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. I myself feel the same way too. I mean, like when you're up there, I mean, like you're on a certain stage where like you're representing yourself, and also like you're bringing joy towards people. So when you leave that stage and like you walk out into that crowd, you have to approach them with love and respect as well, and they will do the same to you.
Nice.
That's how
I'm thinking of something as well. Nigel, you want to help me there, because I'm not even sure to phrase the question properly. But I'm thinking back to cricket as well, and cricket is a force that connects us as Caribbean people. And we still have insularity in cricket. But I'm looking now at music. Was there a time that you all felt that probably that's not for me? Probably not deeply like this, or was there something that happened, or so that's why I'm rephrasing it. Was there something that happened, maybe you can remember, because we spoke about the highs, but let us look at the lows. Was there ever something that happened? It could be on stage, it could be off stage, that happened that you were not really pleased with on that journey?
Well, the only thing that happened to me one time in my life, I was in a car accident, and it was in Mojanaya. We was on the road, and
bad accident.
Yeah, really bad accident. I mean, I
helicopters had to come.
I saw the light, right? I saw that bright light. As a matter of fact, I was pronounced
You were on
dead.
your way to an activity, or you were coming back?
We were coming from
a
show in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were going to D.C., Washington, D.C. And I was fast asleep on the passenger side. And the guy that was driving, Desi, he fell asleep at the wheel. And we slammed into a tree on my side at over 100 miles an hour. And it's just because I had no seatbelt. Because if I had on seatbelt, I could have been stuck from the impact. But due to the fact that I had no seatbelt, I was just bouncing all over the vehicle. And all of us ended up outside. And due to the fact that I was asleep, when I woke up, I saw myself in a hospital bed with tubes going through my whole body. And doctors tell me, well, I could never walk again, and I could never play drums again. And I proved them wrong. And I came back.
Then you could never walk again.
Yeah, right.
And you could never play drums
again. And I proved them wrong. I came back with a vengeance.
So right at that moment when you heard that from the doctors,
I
you told yourself no way.
I said no way, because I can remember one day I was being wheeled to the scan room for like a brain scan. I was in a wheelchair, and on my way to that room, I told the nurse to stop, let me walk, and I started getting up from that wheelchair, and I could feel all my bones was cracking in my body, and I say, I have to walk. And I walked to the scan room, and from that day, I've been walking. Because from the accident, I had a fractured skull, I had a fractured vertebrae, my jaw was fractured, I had fractured ribs, and my arm was like a big pink ball. My right arm was mashed up, and I mean... Them guys had to do surgery on me like nobody's business, and I just pulled through. It was like I was determined to just come back again and play my drums, and I just pulled through.
How many months was that for that?
Well, that's that. Well, I was in the hospital for about 10 days. And
10 days,
yeah,
okay.
And after
rehab, also.
Rehab. Well, I took rehab for about 3 years.
Wow.
After I left New York, I went to Toronto for my rehabilitation, and I didn't play drums for about 3 years, right?
Wow.
I was just getting
myself. That was
myself.
like a GP with
Yeah, I was just getting myself together. I remember my last son was a baby, and I just stayed home with him the whole 3 years, and every day I was going to the hospital.
Like a bonding.
Yeah, to do my rehab. And one day, Super L, Levi, Low Black, came to my home. It was on a Sunday night and told me, Sty, you home too much, man. Let's go out. So he took me to a club, right, downtown, Toronto, and there's a band playing some funk. I mean, some serious funk. And the drummer was hard. He was kicking it. So I tell him, yo, can I have some, man? And I played some James Brown funk. And then from that time, I just did a show the night before. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, I never missed a beat. And that was like 3 years after, 3 years after, my accident. And since then, I've been playing again.
Sometimes people see your glory, they don't know your story.
They don't know your story.
You know what I'm
saying? Yes.
You know?
And then, of course, the power of music and the power of the mind, too. You know what I mean? In terms of you telling yourself, I've got to get back onto the drums and do what I have to do. You know?
Because everybody think that, I couldn't play again.
Wow.
And I proved them wrong.
Yes.
What a story. What about you, Brian?
The downs, people who know me know I'm a very happy, kind of positive person. So it's like, and I always tell my children that life have so many complications. It's how you deal with them. So the lows come and you just have to know how to maneuver around them once you stay focused on what you're doing. And that's the kind of person I am. So the lows, there are many lows, but nothing significant for me to really say it discouraged me from playing music, because music be my life and I cannot go otherwise. Probably my next passion is cooking. I cook a lot. I cook every day.
Hey, well, look at Nigel.
Yeah, I cook.
So you could prepare something to bring for us.
Okay, he's a great cook, man.
I can understand that. He cook every day and we come in here. He didn't bring anything for us.
As a matter of fact, last night in Loda, I was cooking and then the power went out, no lights. For a couple of hours, left my dinner on the. Anyway.
A lot of musicians, I know a lot of musicians who like to cook. There's some
right?
musicians
Yes.
that cook.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
And
because they're on the road. They're on the road.
I love
on the
cooking
road
too.
so much, so
I can remember when we had Anthony Gussie on.
Right.
Anthony
Yes.
Gussie and I were telling the lime, and it was you was telling me about he likes to cook. And
Yeah, man.
I guess
know a
being
lot of
on
musicians,
being on the
yes.
road
That's
so
our
much
passion.
and all the rest of it. Yes.
That's our passion.
I like to eat probably that's what.
Well, yes, yeah.
And also I hate going and spend money in a restaurant and buy some food and I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
It's like I should have cooked my own thing. Anyway, yeah.
What about like family support? We all know we always have to have that kind of support to keep it going. So both of you guys, what about the family support? I'm not, in terms of, kids and partners or whatever.
My wife is always at my shows and a lot of times doing live videos for me. Other than that, it could be hard performing and doing things. But my two sons are playing music. They both have their studios, and in fact, one of my sons, who's a high school teacher, I know is playing with me in the summer when he doesn't have school. So I feel like I'm blessed with that, and
That's good.
life just goes on, and you enjoy what you do, and I don't know, style.
But as you're saying this, I'm just looking at a comment from Muriel Stewart, Nigel. She says she remembers when her son was chastised in school because he could not resist the drums. So I get the feeling there's something about the drums. Well, Nigel too was the drum beater on the program way back when we started in 2020. By the way, Nigel, on the 14th of November.
14th of November.
So that's almost
for 4 years.
Yes, 4 years.
4 years.
So Nigel used to beat the drum.
Yes.
So what I think is that you should give him some lessons, my son.
As a matter of fact,
I don't mind.
as a matter of fact, before the show started, you said drum roll.
Drum roll.
And
yes.
I heard Nigel. I was like, me and Star were knocking each other. Yo, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I have family support 24/7 because I remember back in the day when my kids were small, I used to take them on the road with me, and they used to love that, man. They used to, I mean, that was just summer run, and for example, like when they would go back to school, they would say, "Man, I was on tour with my dad. I was there.
That's so good, because
I'm
Nigel,
telling
that's
you, man.
exactly what's happening with your children now,
Yeah, man.
So you see,
They
that
love
will
that.
be a lifelong lesson for them. They'll
Yeah.
remember that,
Oh, yeah.
years to come, they go in the studio with their dad.
Yeah.
So these things,
Right.
help, in
Planted that seed there.
Up to now, they will tell me, "Hey, Daddy, man, you remember that show in Washington D.C., man, when the call was going so crazy and we were scared." They remember a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying?
Which is good, which is
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Yes, it's good to have that
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, and
Yeah.
of course, Alicia loves to sing, and Niall
Yeah,
loves to sing as well. Yes, she sings very well, by the way, Alicia. Yes, and trying to get them. I mean, when I did one of my plays, Alicia was 4 years, and she was in the play at that time. So, keeping them into the whole culture vibes and make sure that they're connected. So that's important as well, the whole family
That's
thing.
important. That's
Yes,
important. And
yes.
I can go back to Kofi, because Kofi
Yes, Kofi and his daughters. Yes.
Yeah.
Kofi
Very
has a
much
Naya as
involved in,
well.
yes.
So yes, Kofi and his daughters.
Naya and
Sky's daughter is
Vivian.
Naya too.
Okay.
So here go all the Nayas.
And
So
Moja-
good
and
morning,
Moja
all the
Naya.
Nayas.
Moja Naya.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Actually, I named my daughter Naya after Moja Naya.
Cool.
I say, wow. Lovely name.
Let me ask you guys in terms of the musical landscape now and what you've been able to see. You mentioned so many bands that were in Dominica at the time. We go back to Liquid Eyes, Mantra, and Mahmoud, and
Naked
Naked Feet, and
Naked
so
Hell's Combo.
Hell's
Like,
Combo,
can just go on.
and this
We
can
had
go on
bands.
and on and on and on and on. What do you guys think about the musical landscape now in terms of the bands and what's happening now with our bands?
Yeah.
Well, the bands right now, I mean, for what they do, they're good. They're good. But the difference is, like, back then, the bands used to play like different styles of music back in the day, in the 70s and stuff, compared to right now. I mean, bands right now is just one style of music. So that's a big difference. And that shouldn't be. I mean, our radio stations just play everything. So let's let's listen to everything and try to play everything. Because back in the day, I mean, bands used to play rock, they used to play reggae, they used to play pop music. You know what I mean? It's like that.
That's the beauty of a musician, the fact that he can play different.
Right.
We had a call already a while ago. That person could call back again. Nigel,
Yeah.
it's so busy. The book is busy.
Yes, the book is
phone
busy,
lines
the
are
phone-
busy. Let us look at what Maxine Alnespri is saying again. I would like to know if they were ever exposed to all this devilish stuff that we are hearing about in the music industry today.
Well, that has discouraged me from the I don't know if it's bouillon music that does it, but it just discouraged me, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see it. I feel as though there's no. But then again, it's art. Art is people express themselves in different ways, and it's up to you to accept it or don't. And I personally don't. So we go from there. It's like, hey.
Well, for me, it's commercial and commercial sells. So, but still, I mean, like that nasty business there, I'm not too keen on it. Because how I grew up, I mean,
How we all grow up, yeah.
how my mother taught me, my mother taught me right, and that is still in me. You know what I'm saying?
So the lyrical content is not
the
there.
lyrical content and
the lyrical content.
Yeah.
I mean,
so-
she taught me well, and that is still inside of me. So and that right now I have I'm thinking twice about it.
Yes.
Even though it sells a lot and people love it, but I don't know.
What happens to Sty and Brian going forward in terms of any gigs coming up, any tours, anything that you guys are working on?
Before you answer that, let's just take this caller. Yeah? So
Yes.
remember the gigs and the tours and all of that. Hello, connecting the dots.
Good morning, Ivona. Good morning, Nigel. Good morning, Sty, and good morning to the Rockets, Maxine.
To you as well.
Yes.
Hey,
Good morning.
I want to clarify something because you all misunderstood my question. I was not talking about Bouillon and Dominica music in scene. I was talking about what's going on, what we're seeing now happening with the music industry in the U.S. in particular right now with this whole thing with Puff Daddy and all of the and musicians, and I'm talking about a particular local artist I know, for instance, who has pulled out of the whole thing because the sense was that really it's almost like you have to be involved in the whole, all of that, a lot of satanism and stuff that is actually going on in the music industry in the U.S. in order for you to be able to succeed. So I'm really interested in how did you guys stay out of the drugs and the sex and the over exposure to that side of the music industry in the international market, not in Dominica and Bouillon. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, I like that. Thank you, Maxine.
Well, as coming from Dominica, which is a small place, you move to one of the big countries, and to me, you always have to stay focused, and because you're representing your little island, and you don't want to be seen as so. We never really got involved with all what's going on, and like I told you earlier on, you're on stage, you people look up to you, and you have to influence people in a good way. And what that's going on right now in the American scene, Puff Daddy, and what's the other guy's name, the one that from Chicago? Anyway, I can't even think of them because so many of them, and them guys just keep doing bad things, and I want no piece of it. I personally want no.
And you remember the foundation, how you grew up as a little boy, and the
I want no
principles.
And if that is going to hold me back from going forward musically, then let it be. It's like
Nigel was asking a question, but Nigel, let's just take this call.
Sure, take the call.
Hello. Okay, we lost that one. Yes, Nigel.
Now, just asking them in terms of what's upcoming for them. Any gigs, any collabs, any tours. What's going on?
Well, me and Rocket have been playing together for all our life, and anytime there's something that would come up again, for us to do together, we can do that. You know what I'm saying?
I just like this camaraderie, just like this brotherly thing among them. Sometimes Rocket will finish his sentence,
and he finishes with
Stipe with me, my band in Chicago for 2 years, and then because of family stuff, he had to go to Toronto to take care of his family stuff. But he ended up in Lazo.
Yeah.
So right now, even like last week, my booking agent have like 3 shows for me in June already next year. So I could just imagine the amount of shows that's going to start building. Who I'll be playing with right now, I have no idea because everybody has their own personal lives, and they do different things. So I'm not sure if Sty is going to be available or who's Martindale, is going to be available. I have no idea, but I know the show is going to keep coming, and we're going to keep playing. So,
Well, as for me, I might do something with Rocket again soon. You know what I mean? So, it's all open. It's all open. So, but anyway, as a matter of fact, everybody has been asking for a Mozanaya reunion. And I would love to do that. I would really, really love to do that because Mozanaya used to be a household name back in the day, So if that can happen, that'd be great, especially for, let's say, Creole Fest next year or anytime next year.
We played Cicero in right?
Yeah.
88, Mozanaya.
88.
Reunion
also,
88.
Tech Wing as well.
Yeah, technical.
We had a big show there, and everybody asking for that again. So that can happen.
Yes.
So I would love it to happen because.
Well, the seed has been planted and connected
Yeah,
the dots.
yeah.
So it's a matter of just watering it now, and then it's gonna grow.
Yeah,
I would
love that to
that's
happen.
I like that. Let's go back to the telephone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very busy today. Hello.
Morning, everyone.
To you as well.
Morning.
Rocket and Brian.
Yes.
I know those guys personally, but maybe they would not recognize who I am anyway. One of them mentioned something about bands. And I want to also include something. Because he mentioned about bands, and used to play good music before, and what he is hearing now is completely different. I made mention of that on a post some time ago, and I was taken to task. But the only band I know in Dominica, I have traveled a lot of places, I'm talking about Dominica, that could play every type of song for you. If you don't want to dance, you sit down and listen. Singing styles. Style rock, I think he jumped for singing styles once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Rock Brothers, I know he and the one who was married, he used to work at Barclays Bank.
Cedric.
That's right. All those guys, I know them personally in God's history because I didn't live too far from them. Now, I'm saying this because my family background is music. Every one of 10 of us can do something with music. And Brian, I will tell you who I am. Sty, I'll tell you who I am. I am Victor Joseph. I am the bigger brother of the two singers who used to sing in singing styles, Floriska and Annie.
Okay. Yeah.
I am the bigger brother.
Yeah. Victor,
I know music.
Yeah.
My team, my younger brother who played with Liquid Ice, I taught him to play the piano.
Yeah, the keyboard. Yeah, I remember.
Yes, I taught him to play that.
Yeah, I remember.
I taught my bigger sister, Neema. Now, something was also mentioned about schools and music. But the only two music teachers I knew who went about teaching music at schools were Ernestine Theophile, now Ernestine Lafont, mother of Kia Lafont, Gatson. She and my bigger sister, Nina Joseph. They were music teachers at different schools. They used to go around the island. I am not too sure if there are any of that at the moment.
There are. I can see that.
There are.
Oh,
okay. And also we had Miss Lynn musical school. That was where a lot.
But remember, we don't have much time. Just now we have to end the program, so you have to begin.
Christian too.
A lot of
Christian
our
also.
musicians, soloists, and everybody.
Yeah.
They went to that. They went to that area to learn, to sing, and to perform. So I just wanted to highlight those.
All right, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Nigel.
Yes.
Goodness, man. We need another. Oh, man.
To keep
Boy, look lyrics.
to keep that connection.
Vibes.
They have a story and it's a story we enjoy.
I love this. I really. Wow, I really love this, Nigel.
Yeah, I definitely love the connection that's happening. It is.
Nigel, I mean, the remarks, the comments on Facebook, so many, we just cannot even go through. And I'm getting on my phone how many messages, and on the DBS phone as well. It's crazy.
Listener, that kind of interview is not for 2 hours,
I know we
need
4 hours thing.
10 hours for our whole musical life story.
Take a break.
I know somebody was asking.
I
know somebody was asking earlier, and I guess because of all the copyright things and the whatever it is, they were saying, "Hey, can we hear some of their music?"
Facebook might cut us off because
we want to explain to you guys.
Yes,
with the
because
fact
I
that
would
we're
like to
doing
play
this
the
on
music on the program,
the fact that we're doing this on Facebook and it's live, and
if it was just YouTube,
all the things that's up there in terms of
As a matter of fact, I brought a drive for you guys whenever you guys ready. So in the future, you can play some of my music.
Yes, definitely.
Next time we should have a concert,
Yes, but you can. Yes, good idea, great idea.
Yeah, you can get some more than I on YouTube as well too. Spotify like that also.
Yeah, but with that drive that you have, you can leave it with definitely leave it with Ivona. So
man, I love
some of the music can be played.
I got to say, you guys are really good at your jobs.
Well, we have a good link, Nigel and
I feel comfortable and I feel
for sure.
And it's a pleasure and honor to be with you guys today.
We should do that again, man.
Nigel, look, I want to cry.
We should do that again. We should do that again, for sure. Yeah, man.
But in terms of so some of the tours coming up and everything. When you look back at this, at the journey. And both Sai and Brian, you look back at your journey started at 12, 16, and so on and so forth. When you look back, do you tell yourself, man, this has been great?
It's worth it.
Man.
It's worth it to me.
Oh, man.
Do you say this little boy from Dominica?
Yeah, man.
He's trying his thing at a very young age. Look at where I am.
Because you see, also, I think music has such a long lifespan if you're doing it good. Because a lot of my friends who had SMA, who
just but Nigel spoke to you before, man. When you say SMA, just move on. You don't say it again.
Right. So anyway, the they went on and had their big jobs and, and do this and do that and, have and, we're just musicians. And I feel like, after a while, you get to retire after your big jobs and live off your pension. And with me as musicians, we just keep playing music and feel happy inside, So I am very contented, no regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets at all.
Wow.
You take the good with the bad, and life just keeps on, pulsing.
And them fellas look like Sweet 16 with the music.
Nice vibes.
And
they've been playing since 16, so you can imagine.
Yes, yeah. And I'm also thinking as well, that's why parents, we have to support our children in, sometimes not in everything that they want to do, but in things like that, in things positive, because back in the day, I think parents probably they were not seeing this as important.
Yeah, exactly.
A musician, you have to be a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer, things like that. But we have to really support the creative industry is a big thing, a very, very, very big thing. And I'm so proud of you. I'm really proud.
Yes. Art, what they consider art is when you take something from nothing and you make it into something. And be an artist, paints or who writes songs, and I think if you're passionate about it, I think there is a passion. And if you're passionate about it, then you just keep on doing it and get inspired from different things in life, and and keep on going on.
One thing that comes to mind too, about let me see, it was about a couple of years ago, I met one of my idol drummers. He's very famous.
Wow, that was big for you, right?
Billy Cobham, right? He's a jazz rock fusion drummer. I've been tracking him since 1972, since I was like 12 years old, 13 years old, and for the years, I met him. I met him in Toronto, also in New York. But when he turned 76, I met him in New York again, and we sat down and talked. And I tell him, "Man, Billy, man, I've been tracking you for all those years, man." and finally, we have a chance to sit down and talk. And he tell me, "Yeah, let's talk." And
you guys a connection.
Yeah, wow. And and Billy told me so many things about the drums and everything, because he's one of my biggest fans in drums. I mean, I used to look up to him. I learned all his styles. So I told him, "Billy, I can play a lot of his styles, man." He told me, "Really? I would love to hear that."
Nigeria, we have to celebrate our artists. We really have to celebrate them. I mean, those guys should be just walking on the road big,
Yes.
Everybody should know who they are.
Yes.
We have to celebrate them.
Billy Cobham is famous. He's a big time drummer.
Big time drummer.
Famous
The first time I heard of Billy Cobham is through him. He's the one that mentioned. I said, "Who's there? Is Billy Cobham?" Anyway,
yeah.
Big time
I mean, it's one of the things we don't do in terms of especially through our schools. I mean, highlighting and making our students and our young people know those who've blazed the trail and those who are there continuing that and we certainly hope that connecting the dots is helping to do that, to ensure that we know who our people are and what they're doing and their contribution that they're making. So we definitely have to do that.
We have to.
I'd like to add something about myself, because I play bass with my band and I'm the lead singer. Now everybody says that's such a difficult thing to do, so I don't consider myself a very good bass player or good, because when you're on stage, you have to kind of split your brain, because the bass is playing one thing and you're singing something completely opposite.
Let me put you on the spot there, Brian, because I suspect you have to sing something for us.
What?
Sing something for us, man. I like that voice.
I woke up too early this morning.
It reminds me of like a Jacob DeVario thing, nice husky voice. Hold that tune for us, then.
I have a song and I proud of it. I was born a rebel. Rebel, and that's no lie. I was born a rebel. I'll be a rebel till the day I die.
I was born a rebel.
Yes. That I remember that one. I
always give me that nice harmony, nice woman style harmony. Yeah.
Wow, look at two brothers there. It's just brotherly love.
Brotherly love in there, right. But so you're saying it's kind of difficult to be playing the bass and still singing?
I sing lead,
Okay.
I tell you, like when I'm rehearsing a new song, I sweat because it takes so much concentration to be able to play the bass line and remember the lyrics and sing, But then once I get it and I'm on stage, then I got it, But
really, adding to that, there's only a handful of bass players in this world that can sing and play.
You're right.
Only a handful.
Paul McCartney.
You know,
Sting.
Geddy Lee from Rush.
Yeah.
And Rocket. Honestly, Rocket is in that 5.
No,
Wow.
because even
telling
like
you.
them reggae musicians too, they always they can't believe it's like
Nigel, I tell you,
Yeah.
we have
But
treasures. in
enough
here.
of me anyhow.
No, it's your man. I love this because I'm thinking for it to be doing 2 of them at the same time. That
I
must be
tell you, man.
challenging.
It's very hard.
And sometimes you have a song that is vocally challenging already, and you
Yeah,
can't
telling you,
have
yeah.
the
You know,
intro.
so he's up there, man.
Yeah, I just
Don't
have-
even know.
Wow.
My boy is bad.
Yeah.
I tell you, my boy is bad.
No,
Well, I'm happy that Nigel Francis is being recognized on a national level, and I know Nigel will continue to push the vibes even more. You know, the reward for hard work, as we say, is more hard
It's
work.
more
so
work, right? Yes, the mission
Nigel,
continues.
There's a lot I know that
Oh, yeah.
you will undertake. You know.
Nigel's mother was like my other mother, and
Okay.
his brother is like my brother.
Okay.
Richie,
Definitely
and
so.
then Francis, who I haven't seen Francis since I left Dominica. Yeah, I haven't seen Francis in a long time. But anyway, yeah, we have that connection from young, and it's just so happening that here we are right now. So
Yep.
it's good.
Yeah, man.
It definitely happens.
Let me
that
just
way.
check the book. I think I was looking at a
You were
comment
looking at
from
a comment and you that you
Crispin
wanted to mention.
Shillingford.
Yes.
He said music, the healing of a nation, love music, and even love live music more. Just to look at the drummer, the bass man, that what Nigel, you seen it properly?
Yes, the lead
That lead
guitar,
when
yes,
you can make it talk. Yes, sir, I love this.
You just love live music.
Yes. So
You
you
know?
get something. You're in a trance, I guess, when you're on stage and you're performing.
Yeah, man.
What goes through you? What happens?
Oh man, I'm telling you, man. It's like sometimes, honestly, sometimes I'll be playing stuff, right? That as though it's not me that playing it. You know, there's a next power in me that's been working my hands. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm in a solo, taking a solo, I was like, wow, man, did I do that? Did I do that? You know, like that.
Let's just take this comment as well from Nigel. Is that Hamilton Joseph?
Yes.
Good
I think the
morning.
same, we had him, the caller.
Gosh, Nigel,
Yes.
I lost.
You lost them.
Oh gosh, I scrolled too
But I
quick.
think
Okay,
Alvin
think
Thomas
that's
was
it.
also saying something. You got it again?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's just say quickly. Good morning. I've been listening to your program, and something just came to mind. You mentioned about music in schools, but I remembered in the late 70s to the early 90s, there were 2 music teachers in the name of Mima Joseph and Ernestine Theophile who go
Yes,
around
I
visiting
think that was
schools.
him, Victor, who called and
Victor
told us
mentioned
about
that as
yes,
well. So
yes,
we have others
yes.
as well. We have a lot of like we have Huguette, Andrew Saint-Hilaire, Pearl
Oh yes,
Christian,
Pearl Christian,
and a lot
Anti-Pearl,
of, yes.
can't forget
Ian
her. Hey, good
Jackson
by the way, good
himself
morning
is
to you,
doing a
Pearl.
lot in that, yes.
Definitely so.
Marie Pascal, a fan as well.
Yes. So I mean, for both, Rockets and Star, in terms of contribution. First of all, how has the independence been for you guys? I know we haven't spoken about that. Kind of just overall, how has your independence season been going?
Well, it's been great, man. It's been great because I went to the Saturday night and Sunday night Creole Fest shows and they were fantastic. Casa was great. The Marley Brothers was great on Sunday night. Luciano and Gramps, they were great. Overall, the festival has been nice. But I wish they had more Kadas music. I wish they had more Kadas music because that's where it all started, man. You know, that's where the zouk and the bouillon, all that came from, more or less. You know what I'm saying?
The seasoning.
Yeah, the seasoning. You know, so we definitely should have more of that. Because
and as you mentioned,
I'm a Kadas drummer too.
As you mentioned about the Kadas
You know
and everything else, though, I mean,
yeah,
musicians you've worked with, what about people like Chubby and Cole and Fred Nicholas and all
Chubby
the
and them
others?
guys, that's legends. I mean, them guys also set the pace for everything right now. You know, so we should definitely have more of that, more Kadas music on that World Creole Festival. Because a lot of people come here to hear that because that's how they know Dominica before.
Right.
Kadas music. You know what I'm saying? And that music is also infectious. So we should definitely have more of that.
So yes, bring the rest of the world, bring artists from overseas, but have a lot of our
of course. I mean, even though we have like an all-star band backing up like past artists like Janet Azuz, guys from Mammoth, even Anthony Gussie. You know what I'm saying? You know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely have to bring that back,
Okay, so you all are brothers, obviously. I sure there were times you all were behaving bad together. I sure there are stories.
Well, I mean, like, every band is not always nice and
about
glory.
you and Rockies.
We had arguments, but to correct things.
I tell you, man, we had fun, man. We used to play.
But mostly fun.
We used to play, everywhere in America.
Yeah.
I remember one year we started in Miami and went all the way
California.
from California, went back up to
Los
Seattle
Angeles
and came back down, and it's like we've been around, and it's like it's just fun. You make the best out of it. So, no regrets.
No regrets.
That tour was the love tour, man. The love tour. I've been fans, Oh, it was crazy, man. Crazy.
Style,
crazy and fun.
Both Style and Brian, and of course, as we're coming towards the end of the program. In terms of first Style, what would you tell this young boy or young girl out there who, is deciding that, I love the drums, I love music, what would you say to them today?
Okay, well, what I would say to them today, if you love the drums and you really love the drums, apply yourself to it 100%. Stay focused on it. But most important, you have to practice.
Yeah, practice.
Practice, because I'm talking from experience, Practice makes perfect. I mean, apply yourself to it at least, even though like half an hour every day. Just like when you go into school. You know what I'm saying? Apply yourself to your art. And learn different styles of music. Don't stick to one style of music. I always tell my drummers that, because when I used to live in Pennsylvania, I used to teach as well, And some of my students was female as well. And I used to tell them, don't stick to one style of music. Always learn different styles of music, because that will pay the bills. One style of music wouldn't pay the bill.
But also how I look at it, you listen to music on the radio, you listen to CDs, you listen to things. And I think at that time, you figuring out how people write songs. How this one plays drums, how this one plays the guitar. And then after a while now, you have to let that lead you into you doing your style. So because you've learned, how people write certain lyrics, how they arrange songs, how they play beats. And I think that once you take that seriously, sky's the limit, really, honestly.
Just apply yourself to it, but most importantly, practice and stay focused.
How do you get to what there's a saying? How do you get to some big thing in New York, some big hall? Practice.
Practice.
How you get there?
Just spend time on your instrument, man. Just spend time on it, and you will see results in less than no time. Trust me.
Nice. I like that.
That's what happened to me.
Let's just go back.
That can happen to you too.
We don't have that much time, but I was just thinking, of course, technology has advanced, so a lot has changed from when you started on the drums, A lot has been advanced now. How did you find your way in this?
Well, I'm going to tell you, for me, when, you would listen to records. In those days, there was no YouTube, there was no, so you'd have to listen for you to understand what is being played. Nowadays you can just go on YouTube and see guys doing it, and it's easier. But and I think that was good training for us nowadays to be able to listen. You can hear a song and you hear a pin drop, you hear a roll there, you hear a timbal over here, you hear so that was good for us. I don't know for now. Although because of YouTube, I find they have a lot of musicians advanced. Them young kids playing guitar, and that one can sing, and it's like, oh my goodness.
But back then there was records, and back then I think we used to listen more, because I myself used to listen more, because I would put on a record, or let's say of a drummer I like, or a bass player that I like, and just listen to them, how they doing that. How they doing this? Just listen.
And that train your ears too.
Yeah, train your ears, man, and try to incorporate that into your style. Take it from there, make it that. Take it from there, make it that. Like that.
But do you believe as well, though, because of technological advancements, some of the musicians, present-day musicians, some of them take shortcuts?
Yeah.
Because it's easy now for them.
Yeah.
Whereas you would have gone through the grinds of it.
Yeah. And to me, going through the grinds, like you learn more and better.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, on recording, you can take the shortcuts, but I think when it's your live, live, you got to come hard because it's not a recording. If you make a mistake, you can redo it, and you have to. Live is live. You have to come.
Live is live.
Come hard.
Yes. When Nigel look at it, I'm already there.
I know, right?
I know.
We have to bring them on again. We really have to bring them on.
Yes. We have to share with them again. Definitely.
You all have to come on again, and soon I want you all again to come.
We have to connect with them.
There's so much you can talk about.
We're going to Matnik just now. I don't know. Hopefully we can get him back.
I'll be back again, man.
I want us to do a little show in the area whilst we all together because Lazo is here, I'm here. Sty is a stone throw away. Hopefully we can set up and do a little show in a club, nothing big, to just to keep our chops up and keep in the musical vibe because right now I'm not playing any music. I just back home now, just relaxing, trying to. Do my house and my farming and singing music. I'm recording. I have my studio. My house not set up yet, but I have my studio set up. So I'm recording. So hopefully we can do some live music.
That'd be great.
In the near future,
That'd be great.
Somewhere.
That'd be great. Yeah,
I don't know, Sledgy, Katai, wherever, somewhere,
That'd be great.
But thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
The time has come.
Time has come.
Time has come. But it was a pleasure connecting with you guys, man. Seriously, nice to share your story, share the journey, and let others know, of that particular journey that you've been through, and you're continuing, of course, on that journey. So we appreciate you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
And like I say, you guys were such great hosts, and I feel really comfortable.
We make people
to be
feel
around
comfortable. Yes,
and
that's
talk.
We make people feel comfortable.
But there's so much more to talk about, eh?
There is.
That's
why when you come back,
we have a lot of stories, man.
Yes, when you come back to share those.
I have a lot of stories.
I suspect Rocky have plenty as well.
Nice. Yeah, man. But it was nice. It was nice, man. Appreciate the connection.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Have a great day, everybody.
Okay, so Nigel, we'll do it again next week. God willing.
Yes, we do it again next week. Connect again.
Yes, we already said who our guest is. Our guest will be Nigel Francis Esquire, God willing, next week.
Connecting the dots.
Yes, when we connecting the dots. The name came from Nigel Francis. Nigel Francis got that name when we linked up and we felt that we should have a program. We were looking at names. I had some names, but then when I saw Nigel names, I was like, but I take connect the My names could never resonate like that with the people.
But we work well together. We connect together.
We have a good
vibes.
Yeah, man. So all the best to you guys. Gonna eat something local now, I guess.
Everybody, thank you.
Yeah. All right. You take care.
Likewise.
So that's where we come to the end of Connecting the Dots on DBS Radio. Join us again next week, God willing, for another program. And I think we'll do another 9 o'clock program next week. Normally we start at 9:30, but I think the time has come for us to really take an extra half hour. So, because most times we don't have time to do the program. We don't have enough time. And the time comes by